Kazakhstan's geography places it in a geopolitically precarious position. Kazakhstan is the world's 9th largest country, but one of its least densely populated, and shares the world's 2nd largest border with Russia, as well as a large border with China's Xinjiang province. In this environment, Kazakhstan's primary geopolitical imperative is to avoid over-reliance on these two states to preserve its so-called multi-vector foreign policy. This policy seeks to dilute Russian and Chinese influence through economic, political, and diplomatic engagement with outside powers, primarily European and Middle Eastern states. By not allowing itself to fall too deeply into the orbit of Russia and China, Kazakhstan can preserve the ability to play foreign powers off each other, enabling Kazakhstan to preserve policy independence and conclude more favorably commercial deals, improving the lives of its citizens. By contrast, integrating too deeply with Russia or China would lead to deals skewed in Moscow and Beijing's favor and prompt the West and other countries to reduce their robust economic ties, while very likely triggering political turmoil. One of the main areas in which its balancing policy is reflected is in the energy sphere, as Kazakhstani officials openly state that reducing reliance on Russia to export oil, through which well over 85% of the country's oil is historically transported, is one of its top objectives. This percentage has begun to fall since Russia invaded Ukraine due to diversification efforts, which have seen Kazakhstan increasingly use the Trans-Caspian corridor from China to Europe through the Caucasus, bypassing Russia. Developing this transport route is a major geopolitical imperative for Kazakhstan, granting it access to the global market without having its trade pass through heavily sanctioned Russia or Iran. For Kazakhstan, preserving and strengthening the multi-vector foreign policy and pursuing it effectively is an existential question, as failing to achieve its imperatives could lead to the erosion of Kazakhstan's sovereignty and mass political and social unrest.